Good evening everyone, and welcome to our today's session where we are gonna discuss today our rollovers and copy configurations, and also we were gonna do the artifacts and audit also, right? So today's session is organized by the BISP solutions. In this session we are gonna study about the rollover, that how we rollover means what is rollover, how we do it, and copying configurations from one point to another. Alright, that is a source to target. Then we have our artifact, that what is artifact, how to import and export it. Then we have our next one is what is audit and how to actually see it and what it actually means, right? So let's first start with what is that is our copy configurations, right? So this is our application. Now we are going to go on our application. On our home page we will go to applications. Under this we are going to go to the configurations right here. Okay, so as you remember that we have done all the configurations for whichever file we have done it, right? So here you can see that we have a copy configuration. Okay, so here you can choose that for what you actually want to like from where you want to actually source it to which target, right? Here you can see define a slice of data to be copied, define the where the data source will be copied. So it means that taking a rules or the tar automation rules from one point to different, right? Here as you can see that we can take scenarios that is our actual. Okay, for example I want to take it to actual itself, right? Then we have our year, we will take the 2023, we will click OK. So we have our 2023 right here. We will enter our period here. Under the total year we will take the P12 right here. So this is our POV what we are going to select. We are going to run it. Okay, wait a second. For example I want this to be now I P10. Okay, now we have the same. I can run it right now. See, actually I want to copy the configurations here, that is for the tox automation rules and the tar automation rules, right? So my actually source will be here, that the source is here, the target automation rules, and the target is also the tax automation rules, right? The difference here only will be of the years or the period itself and the scenario, right? So if you also want, then you can actually change the scenario here. Instead of this you can go for plan, actual and plan. You can see here, instead of here you can go for P12, right? Here you can go for P10 and 12 both. Under this let it be 2023, and then we will run. Okay, so now we can go to our jobs here. Okay, so we don't have to actually go again and again on the job, so we will just make a new that is a new tab, or the duplicate application in a new tab. Okay, then under the application we will go to our jobs. Here we can see that we have some errors. See, as I have actually doubled it wasn't successful. I can actually try again. I want the tax automation rules and tar rules. Here the scenario will be our actual. Okay, under this the year will be 2022. Okay, here I will take it of 2023. Under this I'm gonna take the period P10, and here I'm gonna take the period P11. We will remove the P10 here. Okay, right, now I will run it again, and I will just here go and refresh it once. See, the automation has been completed. Here the mistake that we were doing was, you can see that when we were copying it from the old period itself, we have taken the P12 also with P10, right? So that was a mistake. But now when you will see that what that we have successfully done it, as we haven't take the same period itself, right, on different year. So now for example let's go to our Excel itself. I will give you a short example here so that you can understand this. Okay, under this, for example, in which year we have taken, just let me see. Here we have taken FY 2022, right? So here under FY 22 we have a month, that is P10, right? So for P10 we have the configuration, we have different configurations for like configs, right, rules and rates, right? So now here you can see that we have three things under it that we have done for it. It's not related to amounts, it's related to that what are the rules, rates, input, configurations and copy system, right? So what are these include with that. So here you can see that we have config, rules and rates under the P10, whatever that we have done the setting itself, right? Now we need this thing to be copied to our FY23, that is P11 itself. So rather than typing it, doing it, for example, you actually have to copy it like this, Control C and Control V to copy it up, right? But instead like this, you can just do it from here. You just define that what all things you need, that like for the CBCR automation you need it, for TAR or for tax automation, then you can do it accordingly. Then here we have copy configurations by entity. It is according to the entity itself, that for which entity we want, right? Then we have, this is the same working, but it is by entity itself, right? Then we have our here the rollover. Okay, so here the rollover means that taking the one value from another. It's as same as the configuration itself, but here we have rates and tax expiration. As you can see under this, we have rates, opening, closing, right? But we have the rates all together, we don't have your expiration itself, we have it here, right? So this was our copy configurations from right here, right? So when you will, for example, like this was your one sheet of actually current provision, right? So now if you have copied this configuration to this configuration, you have copied the current provision one to this one, so you can see the changes and the rates. For example, if the rate was 25%, right, 25%, then you can see the rate 25% right here also, that has been actually copied. Alright, now the next one you have here is our rollovers. You have seen that we also have a rollovers in there itself. We also have a rollover apart from it in our configuration, and you can see that it has the same base as that already. Here you can see that I have just run it under right. You can see I have just run the tax rate right now 2025. This was actually, I have executed it from the here you can see copy configuration. These both are the same itself, right? If you will do it here, it will be shown here. If you will do it here, it will be shown. And I am just gonna show you how. Likewise, I need tax rate to be copied. So here I will take the scenario that will be our actual. We want the year. I will take the year, that will be FY 2022, and here I will take a period, that is a P10. Okay, then I will run it. Okay, under job, I'm just gonna refresh it once. See, it is complete. You can either copy it from here, or you can actually go and means you can either roll over it from here, or you can go to the copy configurations and you can do the rollover from here. Both the ways are actually same in a way, right? Both can help you do the rollover and the copy configuration itself. So in this we have learned that if we have presets, that means that we have different settings for the configuration itself, that how we are pulling the data, how much we are putting the rates itself, what are the rules, that should it be actually done or not, right? So if you want to do it for another, instead of doing it one by one or copying it from manually from one place to another, we can just do the automation from the application right here, right? Okay, so our copy configurations and rollovers is completed now. Now the next one here is the artifacts. For that I will go on our application right here. The application, we are gonna go to the migration. Oh sorry, under our application we are gonna, on our home page, gonna go to the tools. Under tools you can see here the migrations. Alright, so here you can actually back up your whole data or the application from right here by choosing what all things you need to back up itself, right? See, you can select all this and you can click the backup, right? So you can create a backup, or you can actually create the backup one by one. See, you don't need under this one, you don't need this, you don't need this, right? So for example, let me actually take a partial one, the calculation manager, and under document repository. Okay, so I can take the TRCS itself, the system itself, and the sample contacts. Okay, so here you can see that under, while we are exporting the data, you can see here the artifact list, right? So here the artifact list refers to, for example, let's go here, what all things you see here, right? What all the things you can see here, like this is a card, under this we have different things, that is acquisitions, RTA, everything is artifact. Imagine it as a room, right? If you are in a room, you have a table, you have a laptop, these are all the artifacts, these are all the things in a room itself. You can even say that that is an artifact. So this whole thing is the artifact, and we choose that which all artifact we do need to export. See, here I have the demo admins. I will just say okay, and I'm going to export it. Here you can see that I have started the exporting process, right? So it is queued right now. Okay, I'm gonna close it from here. I'm gonna then again close it from here. If you do want to see that what is the status of the export, you can just go on the reports. Under here, the migration status, you can see it's completed. Right, I'm gonna refresh it. Now under here, you can see here the artifact updates we have. See, the artifact that we have actually saved here under the migration status, what's it name? Demo admin, right? The date was 19/09/25. So we will close here and go on our snapshots where we have saved it. Here we can see we have a demo admin test 25/09/19. Like what all things we have under this. These are the things that we have chosen, all the things, right? So we can go here. Here you can either delete it, import it. You can have the modification history. If you have done you have modified or adjusted the data itself, then you can repeat the export itself, or you can download it. First we are going to download it. Here you will see that I have downloaded it. I can see in the files, in downloads I have it here, right? Now this you can delete it also from here. See, now if you want to upload a new one, you can choose a file from here. For example, I have it under the downloads itself. I will open this up and I will upload it. Okay, see, you can see it again here, right? Now if I want to run it, I just want to select all this and I can import it under. Yes, I would like to import it. See, here's a queue again. You can close it. Then you can go to our reports itself. Under the migration status, see, it's completed. First we actually exported it and then we imported it. So this was our artifacts. That means that all the things under this application is an artifact, right? So we actually, how we can take a backup of it, how we can actually re-import it. So this was the procedure, how we can download it, delete it, and what are the different process for it. Here, and when you will create the import itself, it won't download itself. It will just create a backup in snapshot. You have to download it from here, right? You can here choose that which one you need to be downloaded under this one, right? If there is a document repository, then under this what all things you need, or you can actually take all of these at once, right? Now our next one is the audit. All right, so let me go to the home page. Alright, as you do remember, that under the tax provision national, we have here, just let me duplicate the application so I can just make you remember that what we have actually covered it till now and how it's connected to that. Under the applications, we are going to configurations. Under the configurations, it's the tax automation. Alright, here we have. Now under here we are gonna go to our library itself. Under the library we have our forms. Under forms we will navigate to the book data, and here we have our income statement by source. Under this you can see that there is all the data that we have actually configured and brought it to the current provision, right? So here we will go to our, let's take the bad debts. It's not on this, I think so. It's I'm seeing the wrong sheet. Balance sheet by source. It's not a problem. We can go through our current assets itself. Account receivable. Okay, we have our allowance for bad debt here, right? This is the sheet here, and then I'm just gonna search for bad debt right here. Here's the allowance for bad debt. Okay, then I'm gonna navigate to here and I'm gonna search for bad debt. Here we have a bad debt. Okay, right. So here you have seen that the movement is 100% and we are taking the bad debt from this point, right, to this point. As here the 100% value is not coming 93,000 because here you can see that we have applied movement, that is a change between the current value and the previous value, right? So the current value and previous value change were 46,820, that we have taken 100%, right? So you can see here now we are seeing that this is coming from balance sheet, right, through configurations. But we do, when a manager or a taxation officer do see it, and when we actually we do the work itself, people are not going to open this much actually things, rather to check that what through where we have actually taken the data, right? So they have to trace the data that where it is coming from. So they are not going to do this. So we have actually taken 3 tabs. So instead of they don't need this, right? So we are gonna close both of them and we just are gonna open one. Here I'm gonna right click on this. You can see here the automate trace. It will open a new actually page, that is current provision trace, where it will give us a new column, that is trace, right? Under this, always remember the trace will not give you the value until you actually run a consolidation and you actually whatever you have changes made in any of the year itself, if it is reflecting in a future year or the next year and you are doing the work for it, you have to always run the consolidation first. That is our business rule. So this is P1223. We are going to run it once. So it can update the data itself, that till what time we have actually means till this time whatever data we have actually added, deducted or adjusted, it will all be automated itself. Okay, it's taking time, so I'm just going to duplicate the tab and gonna go to jobs to see that if it started its groovy rule itself, running the groovy rule under this consolidation. Gonna go to the application, jobs. Okay, it's still actually processing it. We will wait for it. So until it's running the consolidation, let me tell you that till now we have completed the automation itself in the classes, that what is TRCS, what is the creation of applications, right? How the automation works, what is the automation for CVCR, what is the automation for TAR, NOL, even expired tax credit itself. All the things we have covered it till now, all the major ones. Now we are just remaining with our three of the topics, that are approvals, right? Then we have supplemental data and task manager. All right. So if you want to review the previous videos, or you have any actually doubt itself, then you can go to the either BISP solutions or under the BISP training. Under both of them you can go to go and search on the search bar the TRCS, and you will get all those videos, and you can actually practice it from that. If you have any question regarding this, you can even ask me in the comments. When we are doing the trace, we have two different consolidation also. We have to run the post consolidation, that is the business rule on all the period itself, right? And then we have to run another one, that is a trace rule itself. I'm just gonna show you once it's actually done. The business rule execution time has exceeded the maximum configured wait time, that is 2 minutes. So it's gonna run in the background itself here. So the first one, current provision groovy rule, has ran itself. Now we are gonna wait for the next one. It run actually two of them. So okay, you need it when you will right click on this box here, you can see trace for tax automation. We are gonna run it after the consolidation has been done. We will wait for it. Okay, now I will try refreshing it once. Okay, still gonna take some time. Here the application might take some time to actually load all the data, as the data is so vast. To update it and adjust it or automate it after all the calculations, it actually may take some time, that is 5 to 10 minutes actually, if we are talking about the maximum time. Alright, let's refresh it now. It's still not consolidated. Okay, it's not a problem. For example, under the bad debts or under the temporary differences, right? So from here, when you will right click on this box, you will have a pop-up. Here you can see that you can even edit it, copy paste it, adjust it, and even trace for tax automation, right? So this is the rule that we run for the tax automation trace. So for what is the NTTR here, that is operations, that is LE101. We have a P12 period, we have the scenario actual, then we have a year FY 2023. We are going to launch it. Okay, so the tax automation rule was run successfully, right? You will refresh it once. Okay, so here you can see that all the things have run. The tax automation, only the post consolidation, we can leave it. Okay, then we will actually go here. Under this we have a bad debts. We will, instead of one, we will take entity input, let it load. Now again here you can see that the 46,820 was coming due to the movement, right? So the what was the movement? That means that the difference between the current and the previous value itself, and the that is the previous value was the prior year value one, and the movement applies that is the difference that we are taking here. The percentage is at how much, if that the 46,820 was total difference, we are taking it 100% or 50%, right? So we are taking it 100%. So this is the audit. Here you can see that we also have for different things, we have here squeeze 100%, squeeze 75%. We have here, you can see interco dividends, we have actually pulled 100% value. That is 1 lakh itself. That means we are taking it from one place and putting it in another. That means we are taking it from a income statement from source and putting it in current provision, that is this one, and the value is 100%, right? So this was all about our trace. So let's recap that what we have learned today. So here the copy configurations and copy and rollovers refers to that copying the configuration, that is the rules, rate, input, configurations and etc., or even and putting it in another scenario, time period, and even means year and period itself, right? So that means that the hefty work of copying paste it and setting it up again, it will remove it fully. We just have to select that whatever we have to copy, and from which time period to which time period itself, right? For a specific time period or for a multiple time period, right? Then we have our artifact. In artifact we have learned that whatever all the things in our applications are all artifacts, right? And we can select that what artifacts we want to back up and re-import, right? For example, if your application got deleted, right, so if you want to load the data in new application, then you can migrate the data itself, you can take the backup of all the artifacts itself, and then you can import it. And there are different options, that is you can edit it, re-export it, import it, and delete it even. The next one we have studied is the audit, right? The audit is nothing but tracing that from where the value is actually coming from in the current operations, current provision. And the current provision, we were taking a value from the long way, right? As we are the employee and we have been given project to itself that we have to do the tax automation. So we are taking the value from income statement and putting it in current provision through the configuration itself. But the employer who has given you the task itself isn't gonna see that from where it is coming. He is not gonna go through the whole procedure you have gone through. So he will just run the trace that how much amount you have taken by what logic. So you can just go and right click it here, and you will get that here, automate trace. Then you can click on automate trace. Then you will have here the automation of trace, the current provision trace. Then you can run the consolidation, after which you can right click on again on the trace row that have created in the current provision trace page, and you can run the trace for tax automation, right? So this was all for today's session. Thank you for joining with me. If you do have any doubts or any questions, you can comment me in the comment section, and I'm gonna cover it in the next session. Thank you very much.